good afternoon on the 19th of September. And I'm starting another trip, another holiday tour, road trip. I'm getting paid for. Today's a lovely trip. I've just I did a little quick one. I picked up in just by the Canadian border. It was only 5 pallets. Took me down into South Seattle, and then empty the 150 miles over the hill to the east side of Washington. And this is where we are now. Wenatchee. Beautiful is Wenatchee, and coming up here, Leavenworth and all around there. You've seen the videos before. It really is. Wenatchee National Forest, one of the prettiest forests going. It really is. Right here in Washington State. And we've still got the lovely weather. It's 5 o'clock coming up soon, and it's still 24 degrees. I'm heading down to Texas with this load I'm picking up. I needed to be here before 5 o'clock. I'm going to get that one on. And there's another pickup as well, about 60 mile east of this first one tomorrow. So I ain't overly worried because I wouldn't have got my second one on anyway. So I'll just get to the place tonight, get it on in the morning, and that's taking me South Dallas, which is 2,200 miles, 2,200 mile punch, to get me down to Dallas. That's for Friday morning. So I'm gonna have to go a bit. We're gonna have to. We can't hang about basically. We're gonna have to light it up a little, and see where we get from there. Hopefully John is finding me a load out of Texas down to Dallas, down to Florida, which is great. I love this. I've got my 2 weeks all sorted out now. You know, I know exactly where I am, and that's great. This is the Florida one that I always do from Morgan Creek once a month, so you know I can know I'm on for there. I load that a week on Tuesday. It's Monday now. I load that a week on Tuesday, so I've got quite a bit of wiggle room. It should be okay. Nice and steady run, really. Well, not steady. It's going to be 600, 700 mile days to get me to Texas. Then it's only 600 mile days for the next 7 days, something like that. So it is doable, but you know you can't hang about. I can yeah, if you get what I mean. It's not 750 plus days, so you know at least put it that way. And I'll be straight round on Tuesday. I know I'll be home as well a week, 2 weeks. No, a week on Sunday I'll be home. So it's a 2-week turnaround basically, which is Leavenworth Oktoberfest. Or maybe you need to get back to that. Or for the beer fest. Now that is something. This is the Bavaria town, is Leavenworth. I've told you about it before. We've done videos from there, and it's just very Bavarian, with plenty of stands of beer and big boobed bartenders. God, what more do you need? Flagons of ale. And you'll notice the Bavarian touch just as we're coming in here anyway, straight away when you see the houses. Look at that. Pretty, innit? Absolutely stunning. Yeah, I think this is going to be the last of the weather. When I come back in 2 weeks' time, it changes really, really quickly. 1 minute you're in shorts, boom, next minute you're in big boy pants. But we've had a long, good summer. We really have. And they are threatening us with a terrible winter. Well, it's going to be what it's going to be, isn't it? All loaded and ready to rumble in my second pickup. Absolutely brilliant, yeah? I can't believe how quickly I got everything on this morning. It's only just after 9 o'clock. So I've got 2,000 miles to do. There you go. I put in that little dot. If somebody wondering why there's a flag there, that's because it wanted to route me across Wyoming, and that way I always like to go through New Mexico and Colorado, Wyoming, Moab, and that way my usual route down to get to, and it's just south of Dallas. I can't find the address properly. It won't bring it up. So I'll just put Temple, which is south of Dallas at the moment. I ain't got the internet out here, and I'll find the full address. It's Temple. It can't be that many places there, can there? It's not that bigger town city. Well, it is actually, but I'll work it out by the time I get there. So it's 2,000 miles to do. This load was meant to be loaded yesterday. It is actually for Friday morning delivery. 8 o'clock, so I must get there Thursday. I've got to get there Thursday. Can't be any later than Thursday night, right? So that gives me, it's now Tuesday, 9 o'clock. So that gives me 3 days to get there. Not rocket science, is it? So I've mentioned this before. I'm running agricultural because I've loaded out of a farm. So if you're running agricultural out of the farm, I'm running on my 150 miles as the crow flies, E-log exempt. So, saying that, I can, I've got to take advantage of those free miles, basically, free time. So I must go like hell today. Today has got to be a really big push. So I need to be doing 700 plus miles today. I want a 750 or something like that. You know, I hear a lot of people, you know, I wouldn't be doing that. It's my interest. I've got to get that. I want to get this load off Friday. Not just because I want to get it off early Friday. I also want to get my load on Friday out of Dallas, out of Texas, down to Florida. If I can get loaded Friday afternoon or something like that, happy days then. I can kick back. It's only 1,100, 1,200 miles down to Miami. That means I'll get there Sunday afternoon. I can book in a hotel, have Sunday afternoon off, kick back round the pool, unload Monday, my next load until Tuesday. Back to the hotel, chill out again. Gives me a bit of time, you know, to relax and stuff like that. Or you can just take it easy now, get your delivery off for midday on Friday, and then the whole thing's bollocks, isn't it? All I need to do is one hard push day. So I'll use my 150. It will be a long day. It won't be a quick day, that's for sure. I probably won't get finished till midnight tonight or something like that. We'll see how we go on. Yeah, it will be about midnight, I bet you, by the time I finish, because I'll do 150. That'll give me that's going to be 3 hours, and then from there go on to log, and then once I get onto log, it'll be 11 hours. So Jesus, it's going to be 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, but it is what it is. That's what transport is. It's not as though it came as a shock, so you prepare yourself. Like last night, I got to my pickup. They wouldn't load me till this morning, like I explained before. So that wasn't a big worry. I made sure I got to sleep early. I was asleep at 9 o'clock, and all relaxed, plenty of sleep in. It's ready for the day. You know, it's like anything. It's like, I don't know, somebody going to do a marathon or something like that. They aren't going to go out on the screaming piss the night before and then go into a marathon. You know it's there. You know you've got to do it. So get prepared for it. It's bloody dusty over this side. Look at that. I weighed myself at the other place. They had a scale there. They ain't got one here. And I knew I could put 10,000, 11,000 on the back I was left to play with. And they've only put 6,000 on. So I'm not even going to weigh this. I'm just going to go with that. I knew my front axles are running right, and they're underweight and stuff like that. So I know for a fact it ain't going to be over on the back now. So we don't even have to mess about with that. Happy days. Let's light it up. Gives me goose pimples every time I drop down this hill. What a beautiful day for a ride out. Yeah, that's some view. That is a pretty river, is that? River Columbia. That is nice. And it's a beautiful day. We've got 20 degrees first thing in the morning. So the weather's going to change really quickly now. That's where I go swimming when I have time. Oh, that's interesting. I can't go down there. Bollocks. I wanted to go down there. Right. I don't suppose I'll be going down there then, will I? Across the river and come back again. Oh well, across here they've got a boat parking and what have you on the right hand side. I'll show you in a minute. You can get the truck down there and parking. They haven't got overnight parking there though. No overnight parking, but you can park at the top of the hill. Nice little restaurant at the top there on the right hand side. This is the Interstate 90. Just up there, you can see the sign for the cafe, the white sign to the left hand side of that big white building on the right there. And there's the boat parking where that little shed is with the two doors straight in front. And that's the view out there. To my trusty assistant holding the camera for me, thank you very much. Can you put it back on the dash now? Yes, I can. There you go. Yeah, just to the right side where that slope is, there's a little swimming area and that down there. It gets quite nice and warm, does this water. In that little arco in there. In the summer it gets nice. Nice little swimmy swim. Yeah, and they have buffalo burgers up there in that restaurant. Really nice buffalo burgers. A bit choppy today. I spun round and came back over the river and decided to get off at the junction which was closed and come back on myself. I could have carried on to Interstate 82 and dropped down Yakima and Kennewick that way and joined myself back up again. But it's a little bit further out, but I thought, hell, I don't get to run this road much. And this is definitely prettier. Well, I think everybody will agree this is a cracking bit of road. So I'll save myself a bit of time and just spinning around and coming back on it again. I lost a bit of time, but saved a bit of time, if you know what I mean, with the exit being closed. But this is some pretty road, is it? There's the reservoir over there on the right. Just the yeah. It's the reservoir called medium-sized reservoir. Overlook Road Reservoir, should we call it that? It's a wee bit bumpy on here though, isn't it? You can handle. I think Stephanie told you on one of the other videos, the holiday one, about Washington State. You see all the power cables here. The dam is generating power. I think we get something like 80% or something off our rivers, 60% of our power comes from rivers in Washington State. We even sell the power to Canadians. Thank you very much, Canadians. Have some of our green energy. Better than bloody horrible wind turbines, I'll tell you. You hate those things. So I'm 219 miles in, 219 miles on agricultural. So now we will go on to log. So that's quite a saving, isn't it? That's 200 and, what did I say, 219. I'm just going to the scale, just to scale, turn that around. That's alright for that one. Yeah, so I need to stop here and put it onto log 32. I'm running light. I'm on log 34 on the drives and 34 on the trailer. Oh, hecky thumb, look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, so I'm allowed, oh, forget the allowed, what I've just told you. So I've, it's 150 miles as the crow flies. And that's works out at 200, depending which way you're going. Obviously, if you're going over mountain pass and it's wiggly windy, you can get further away and stuff like that, obviously. So this is quite good. This is 200 and, like I say, 219 miles by road miles, only 150 as the crow fly. This is the great thing about, let me just show you this. This is the great thing about the Garmin. Watch this. Not the great thing, I presume where to recent. This is where I loaded Quincy. That will give you the air miles. I've slightly gone over 155, but hey, it was crying about 55. That gives you the air miles, so it really works well if you just keep watching that. But this was the closest place to stop. So now I go back onto here, go like that, on duty, and now we are just about to start our log. Fresh day. So now I've got the full 10-hour day. Like I say, it will be a late one. It's 1:45 now, so I need to do, I'm at 1,781 miles now, so yeah, I've got 11 hours if I want them. 11 hours, so, and it's quite a fast road now until I get down to Salt Lake City and come across Salt Lake City. If I can get over to Moab tonight and through Salt Lake can slow up a little. I'm spitting all of them just after crisps. It was nice, wasn't it? Nice camera thing. Oops, sorry. Yeah, but because you can just slow up sometimes through Salt Lake City if you catch it in the morning. It doesn't slow drastically, but it will slow me a bit. So it would be better to go over there tonight. Definitely. And that's the only place really I'm going to get slowed up. Which is all the way for the next 1,781 miles. Here I am. What am I? It's 11 o'clock at night now, 12 o'clock here. I'm just being fueled up, just moving away from Salt Lake City. And what am I? 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Am I 16 and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm 16 hours in, 16 or 17 hours in, I can't work it out. Into my day now, into my shift, so that's not bad, and I've had a cracking day, done really, really well. I'm up to, what am I up to? 800 miles now, so that's not bad, and I've got another couple of hours, well, I've got 3 hours left for my shift, because I started off on the agricultural and got that and what have you. Like I say, the first day, it's got to be a really good shove. Get that out of the way, and then it's all a walk in the park then. So I'm only 1,200 miles away now, so that's pretty easy, seeing these are fast roads from here all the way down to Texas. You know, speed limits are up at 75 mile an hour majority of the way, so it's pretty easy to accomplish 600-mile days. It really is. So I've still got 2 days left to get there, so it's not a problem now. The only bit of a problem now, I've had my DEF AdBlue lights been on, and it was on last week for a bit, and then it went off again, and I thought it was because I just ran the DEF a little bit low, and I thought they was just messing about with that, but it's been back on again for the full day, so I need to really get that DEF filter changed. I'm going to give my buddy a call down in New Mexico tomorrow and see if they can do it at the TAs down there. Not a lot of them will do that one, that filter. They just do oil and filter, oil and basically water and other shit like that. Easy stuff, trains, drums, a lot of the TAs, your loves and all that stuff. They don't want to do anything that's actually mechanically minded. But he's a good guy there. He hopefully might be able to do it. If they don't stock it, I'll try and pick one up from a Freightliner on the way. See if we can do it. If not, I'll have to have a go myself. I'll ring Adrian, Affordable Mobile Refrigeration Units. You know, the guy who comes around and does all my little odd jobs and stuff like that. Great friend of mine. I'll give him a call because he did it last time and see how difficult it is. It's not that difficult to get at either because it's at the side. You can pull all the side skirt off pretty easy. We'll have a look. I don't want to be pulling something off and can't get it back together though. That's the only thing, you know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see what he says tomorrow. So I definitely don't want it to go into limp mode. Oh no! So I want to get up the mountain tonight. Up and over. I wanted to get to Moab, but that's going to be a bit far. I'm about, like I say, it's 11 o'clock now. That's like 1 o'clock in Texas. 11 o'clock my time, yeah, 1 o'clock Texas, so it's not super late, is it? And I don't really have to go any further. It's just I want to bide myself a bit of time if it takes a bit of time to get this filter changed and stuff like that. So the more I do tonight, the more wiggle room I've got to play with then, rather than leaving myself short on time. Yeah, well, brilliant day. Really, to say I've got 2 loads on and accomplished smashed 800 plus miles. Once I get up the other side of this mountain, it'll be good. And it's still down at 22 degrees. I just fueled up in Salt Lake City, and weather's still bloody lovely. It is dropping rapidly as I come up top of this mountain. It's down at 15 already, and we're not even at the start of it. This is the real pretty one. You've seen the videos before. It's absolutely stunning. In the daylight, obviously. Not so much in the dark. I'm not a great lover of nighttime driving. It's not my thing. Not with the attention span of a 4-year-old. I like to see things, and you know, like, rather than just the lights. I get to use my spotlights though. I think they need lifted up. Look, they're a bit down on the ground. Aren't they? They definitely need lifting up and going to the right a bit, maybe setting up properly. They're not brilliant, but I'm chuffed with them. It'll work. That's my main beam that you can hardly. I'll show you. There's main beam. There's spotlights. So they're quite effective. When they're lifted up, they're a lot better as well. Good afternoon. Update, I got 900 miles in yesterday. 900 miles. Pretty good going, yeah? I thought, yeah, they had a cracking day. So I didn't set off till 10 o'clock from Price this morning, which is actually 12 o'clock Texas time. And I'm just dropping down now into Moab. One of my favourite places, as you all know, the people who are watching. I've got a little bit of a problem. Why is he going so fast? Come on, Scary Mary. Okay, then steady away. We ain't got things held on very well, that'll be why. Oh dear. Yeah, I've got a sensor on my dashboard. It did come on the other week and then went off again when I was at home. Usual thing, forgot about it, didn't I? It's come back on again. It is I thought it was my DEF AdBlue after the filter, the little one down at my side, which isn't a bad job to change, I don't think. But so I was prepared just to go get one of them filters, but I looked into it, and it is the NOx sensor, which is basically your big piss stupid DEF AdBlue sensor to make sure everything is green and friendly going out into the atmosphere. But the actual shit that's coming out into the atmosphere is fine. It is the sensor that goes wrong. You know what I think about sensors? Bloody sensors. It's not the actual thing that goes wrong, it's the sensors that go wrong. The sensor sensing the thing is okay, the thing that it's sensing, but the sensor has gone. Fucking job development. Now I've priced them up. These are $150 to $500, so they're not a cheap little item, are they? It's not a bad job to change actually. It's basically you've got to get the right spanner for a sensor with a socket that's cut out with a bit of wire, so the wire can stick through, twist it off, happy days like that. Which they're down the passenger side. And just take the side box off. Basically, it looks really easy to do. Looks easy. So I'm going to go by Freightliner and see if I can pick one up. Because it doesn't seem to be running right. I think it's going into, I don't think it's giving full power at the moment. I think it's not going into 505 horsepower. It's staying down at like 475. It doesn't seem to have the oomph. Every now and then it just doesn't seem to be doing it. So the worst that could happen, it could put itself into limp mode. So I want to go get the part, even if I don't get a chance to fit it yet or have a look at it. I prefer to fit it down in Florida, to be fair, nice in the sunshine, because as you can see, winter has hit. Here we go, summer has gone. So you'll recognise that from our holiday pictures. This is Arches National Park. So cool. I'm so glad we went through there and did the other side of Arches. That is amazing. That's a must. Ever you're down here, peoples, you've got to do Arches National Park. Really, really is pretty. And yeah, so I'm gonna go get it, and then at least I've got it with me in case it does go into defense mode or protection mode, shit, whatever it is. I can do it there and then, can't I? Some of you will say, oh, I hear lots of you, why would you bother mending it yourself? It's not your truck, blah, 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 it's a company truck and stuff like that. Well, there is a simple reason why I would mend it myself. Because garages, I don't know if they're like that in the UK at the moment, but garages over here, you go to get into one, you're looking at probably, I rang one at Albuquerque and he said, oh, I'll be able to get to you Friday. It is now Wednesday. Okay, I'll just sit about and wait till then. Not gonna happen. You know, plus it's a 10-minute job basically to a mechanic who knows what he's doing, who's done one. Basically 4 bolts, I think, holds the thing in. Click, 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 off, unplug, go. Happy days. They will probably charge you 2 hours. So you've been looking at $300 plus just for the hourly rate. And it is job satisfaction if you do things like that yourself. And plus it's wires in there. I don't have a lot of trust in people putting my wires away, tugging on my wires. Because they can rub against chassis and things like that. You do that yourself. I've had to move a few around my battery box that were rubbing from brand new and stuff like that. You get in there, get a look at that engine, get a look at all your parts and stuff like that. It makes the life a lot better if something does go wrong. Oh, I know that where that is and stuff like that, rather than just being a mix-up of somebody else having a go. Plus it teaches you as well, it's a good thing. And like I say, I aren't waiting about to get it done, waiting for some mechanic to sit about for days to try and get it done and losing too much time. So once I've got the piece, it's happy days, as long as it didn't go into defence mode before I get it. I'm alright, aren't I? And as I've mentioned before, if ever you do have something mechanical that you need fixing, or lights or something like that, don't leave them until it breaks altogether. Do them when you're in a hot part of the country, or if it's nice and warm somewhere, get out and get it done. There's some people right up on that ridge there in green, can you see them? About 10 o'clock right now. Oh, he's climbing that rock. Why would you do that? Oh no, he's taking a picture. No, they are climbing it. Oh, it'll be grubby out there with this rain. Still pretty, still at 20 degrees though, so as hikers say, there's no such thing as bad weather, it's inappropriate clothing. So I've only another 1,000 miles to go, so I aren't really over rushed now. I'll do another 400, maybe a little bit over. I've done my bit yesterday, so I don't have to rush about now. I know I'll get there. And there's parking on site at this place I'm delivering to, so that's less of a worry as well. I called ahead, made sure checked in, and we're all good. There's you can park on site. And then I've got my next load as well, which ain't too bad. It's a little bit southwest of where I'm unloading. I don't pick that up till 4 o'clock on Friday, so that gives me plenty of time, and then hightail it straight over to Orlando to tip Monday morning, 5:30. So if all goes to plan, that is absolutely brilliant. 5:30 tip in Orlando, bing bang, and that's a nice camper, an off-road thing. Very expensive those. Yeah, if I get over there Orlando 5:30, get that off, I'll be there Sunday late afternoon, unload, and then shoot down to Homestead, which is top of the Keys, Florida Keys. You've seen all that before. And get myself kicked back into the hotel for Monday lunchtime, something like that. I'll do half a day around the pool. So now we've got a little bit of a problem. Truck has decided to go into D-rate mode, which is like half power, so I'm probably 250 brake horsepower, something like that, which I'm heavy-ish, so I'm not fully loaded. So now I've got over the majority of the hills, it's not too bad, but I've for this part I need the knock sensor, There's one garage, what was it, about 50, 70 mile away. They could have one. The parts have just finished and she's gone home, she's 100% sure. And it's $100 call out to go and get it, to find out. Okay, fair enough. But they don't have a call out to fit it. Okay, defeats the object. I can get the part and stand there. Yeah, that's good. Will you be able to fit it in the morning? I can't tell you that. So, right. Do I hang around to find out they haven't got the part at that one? Bear in mind, I've done about 100 mile on limp mode as it is, on derated mode, limp mode, whatever you want to call it. So, and we've been told it'll only probably do 200, 250, and it'll drop to 5 mile an hour then. Oh, that's fun, isn't it? So, my speed's up there. I can still do the speed once it's rolling. It's just down on power. So once you're rolling on the flat, it's all happy days. And there's no real big mountains now to get across. Your first few gears, it accelerates just as normal once you're up there. But then once you get into the fourth and onwards, fourth onwards, it's in governed mode basically. But then I'm over 800 miles plus away from my delivery, which I can't do in a day, which I need to get there tomorrow. I really need to get there tomorrow. So it's catch-22, isn't it? The next one is the next Freightliner garage, who has one in stock, is Albuquerque. But they can't fit it. They're too busy until tomorrow afternoon or Friday. So it's not much better, is it really? But at least I know they have one. So do I push it? But then when I get to Albuquerque, at least I've got it and I can find another garage, or I can have a go at fitting myself, because it doesn't look rocket science, to be fair. I can get going. So if I go all the way, but there's a big old gap of 200 miles from one garage to the other garage to the closest one to me, and you're in nowhere. It's nowhere out there at all. No, not a lot of internet reception, phone reception or anything. So do I want to really chance going all that way? But the one at Albuquerque then only puts me under 700 miles to my delivery, which if I get there tonight, get the part, shop round, go find another garage, independent one who can fit it for me, or I fit it, I haven't started my log, then I'm still going to make it to my delivery. It doesn't really matter what time I get there. If I get there at 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter, as long as I get there, sort of thing, in my hours. So I'm gonna we'll see where we are when we get to this first one, because I've got to go past there anyway, and see how she's performing, and then go from there, eh? Fingers crossed. A little bit of a change of plan. We got anything lights? Yeah, a little bit of change of plan. I'm here outside of Renault, not Renault, Rise of Renault. I've got to drive a Renault. I haven't driven one of them for a long time. Farmington Freight, which is Freightliner. Farmington Freightliner. Yeah, there you go. And I'm just waiting for the lady to come down and see if they've got the part. I decided to go to the closest one to me, rather than try and push it further down and what have you. I'm just making something to eat. I'm starving. And at least I've got the part. And then if it does decide to go on to limp mode, or really put it out there and not want to go anywhere, at least I've got the part stuck at the side of the road, you know what I mean? So it's better than not having the part at all. And then all I have to do is either figure out how to fit it myself. I need to buy a special tool, or or we find somebody to do it for me, you know what I mean? I don't think it, like I say, I don't think it's rocket science, so I thought that was the best bet. At least I've got the part then. It is an extra $100 call out because it's after hours, but hey ho, he's gonna, John's gonna be crying about that one, isn't he? But shit happens, doesn't it? Wish me luck! Cool beans, we have the part. Look here. The bloody goddamn sensor that senses the sensor that sensor's gone wrong. But the thing's alright, so better pack away. So I can get going, hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll get me down another 100 and about 150, 60 mile. then I'm only going to be at 700 tomorrow. Then I can mess about getting it put on and then carry on and make it. Fingers crossed! I don't know whether the camera will get that, but that for torrential rain. This is a lot of rain they're having. The I-14 stay further down has been shut most of the day. But horrendous floods in mid-New Mexico. Really bad. It looks like it's even snowing. It's coming down that heavy rain. Times like this when it's not that much fun, but you've got to press on. Luckily the better days outweigh the horrible ones. I'm not a great lover of driving at night, like I mentioned before. It's shit, it's just sticky dark. It's not there. This road's way bit wobbly all over the place. But it's getting us there, that's for sure. And we're still moving forward, that's the main. Any forward motion is better than no motion. Keep it going, that's the main thing. I'm 75 more miles to go. I don't want to get down into Albuquerque. This time of night I won't get parked anywhere anyway. And apart from that, it's a shit bit. To put it bluntly, it's not the best of places. Extreme high crime rate. It's a bit unruly thing of its own. It's not the best. So I don't want to be down there. Anyway, so I've got a few garages that I need to check out when I get first thing in the morning. See if they'll put this thing on for me, and then we can go from there. I got you. This is dual carriageway all the way down there anyway, so twin track and 70 mile an hour speed limit. It's not that I really want to be doing 70 mile an hour in this. Here we go. I'm well chuffed. I'm just coming out of the TAs. For you, some of you we're falling down the pit. For some of you who watch my older stuff from quite a bit back, about a year ago I came into the TAs. I had a problem with the APU. The APU was a water leak on one of the hoses. Where they put it on, it had rubbed against something. So they put a new hose on, and TAs at OSE say they'll go that little bit extra, not like your Lowe's or your other ones where, oh, if we can't replace that, we haven't got that part, we can't replace it. They got a part and the lad said it's not the right part, but I'll make it fit. That's what you get, the services at TAs. They're mechanics. They're no more than just fitters, they're mechanics, you know what I mean? So I come in here, I called them up, I said, can you fit me in? They said about 2 hours late. Wait, I said, I'm gonna be an hour out anyway. I'll put you down for coming straight in then. As soon as I got here, he pulled me in and started working on it straight away. There was no wait to see the payment or anything like that, how we pay it, no. Bosh, straight in, straight onto the bay. Absolutely brilliant, well happy with it, the result. It took basically 45 minutes from me getting here to tell him I was here to actually changing the sensor. So, you know, that was good. The longest part was 3/4 of an hour doing the regen. Doing the regen on it, and now we have no lights. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's the end of it for another 500 plus thousand. Stupid thing, really. It's quite annoying, you know, when you think about it. The truck, you buy a truck and you think it's your own truck, but it ain't your own truck, is it? Not at the end of the day, because the government or whoever, the aftermarket systems and stuff like that, can just shut you down. If you carry on driving it, eventually it will shut you down, even though there's nothing wrong with the vehicle or anything like that. The SUT levels were good, it was just the sensor. Because some peanut in an office decides that's what's good to have this sensor on there, it's like that Big Brother shit, isn't it? So, you know, it's not your own vehicle, is it, at the end of the day? Which is quite annoying. Oh, we've got full power, full back to Detroit power. She did well, you know, she was, oh my God, they feel that's brilliant. So we've got a bit of back road scratching now, all the way across, which is a nice run. That was a suggested stop sign, that, by the way. I even called these guys up because I thought old school, big tyre shop, big rig, truck repair, trailer repair. I rang them up. I said, can you do... I explained what I needed doing. Oh, no, we can't do that. We've done that before. You know, that's the problem you're up against now. People, if it's not a straight... It's a pretty straightforward in-out thing. I just don't get it, you know, it's really difficult to try and get in anywhere, but that was great. That really was. Oh man, we've got full power. Oh, she's going now. Woohoo! So, I got to the other side of Albuquerque last night and decided to press on because I thought I was going to stop in Albuquerque. That's the last time I spoke to you. But it was really, really raining quite a lot last night. There was a lot of rain and there's a mountain to climb as you're coming out of Albuquerque. And I thought if anything slides down that mountain, as the mountainside comes down, I'm going to be bollocked. So I pushed it onto the other side. Maybe I pushed my luck with the running it that far. Like I've probably done 600 miles with it on in limp mode. But she did it. She kept going. That's the main. Yeah, I pushed it onto the other side, knowing that I could get to Santa Rosa, or trying to get to Santa Rosa, for them to do it this morning and get in here. It was a gamble. It paid off though, because I had to get that far over, and then it was only 620 miles this morning to my delivery, which I can do in a day. Otherwise, if I'd have stayed at Albuquerque, it was 720, something like that. And if you're doing back roads, it's that little bit extra to do. It's going to be a little bit difficult if you follow me. And anyway, yeah, it's paid off. And I knew I had 2-hour wiggle room. It was 10 hours exact from this morning when I woke up to where I'm delivering, south of Dallas. So 10 hours, I've got a 14-hour day, so it's like, hang on a minute, you know, I've got a couple of hours or so wiggle room that I can afford to lose, sort of thing, if you like. So now I'm up to, I've got 10 hours 30 minutes spread over, and I've got a 9-hour drive, so I've still got an excellent, we're on! Sorry, if you can see me, I'm here, look, there I am. I came off Interstate 40 at Santa Rosa after I got it done, and I headed southeast. Which usually I go straight along and go to Albuquerque, not Albuquerque, where the big Texan is, Amarillo, and then come off down that way to go to Dallas. But this is the way if I'm going to Houston or something like that, cut off and then come down further into Texas, lower down. Anyway, I thought I hadn't been on this road for a long time, like a couple of years. And as I'm coming down here, I just remember the last time I was down here. Man, it's hard to believe now. It's like 25 degrees at 10 o'clock at night. Still summer here in middle of September. Still nice. And I was saying, I come off down here, and I kind of checked the weather forecast or something, I don't know. And well, I hit a storm coming through here one night, and it was like a shit show. It was horrible. It just laid down like a carpet right in front of me. This road was just, because there's no, they don't get a lot of that much snow in one go down here. There's no side markers to see me road or anything. It was just like a big old white road. It looks huge. I don't know if you can make out the camber of the road. It's slightly tilting to the right to the left. So obviously when it rains, it flows off to the water. When the snow's laid like that, the camber seems to be enlarged. It's enhanced rather. So you're coming down here and it's like, Jesus Christ, that looks scary, sloping to the side. I'm going to be slipping all over. And it was freezing as well. Oh, it was horrible. It was one of those nights where I don't want to be out here. I so don't want to be a truck driver right now. I wanted to get parked up. I couldn't find anywhere to park. I didn't dare pull up to the side of the road. You couldn't make out the sidings or anything. I just remembered as I was coming down here, it was a horrible humdinger of a night that night. It really was. There was hardly any traffic about. There's a couple of cars, a couple had gone off, and it's one of those, you're out in the middle of nowhere and it's like 70-80 miles of not a lot happening. You come through a couple of little villages, but when it's like that and it's that bad and it's come down fast, because nothing's been scraped or ploughed, so you can't, if you dare pull off, because you aren't going to get going again. You know, you see the garage and think, oh, do I dare go in there? If I go in there, I aren't going to get out again. Oh, it sounds like that when you think, no. Maybe I might just drive summer and tell anchors there, I'll come back in summer when the winter's gone. See how well that'll go down. Do you mind parking my truck up until about April? Oh no, May. I've slung chains in May. Coming up over Stockholm, beginning of May one year. It's coming! It's a-coming, it's the weather. I'll be checking my chains when I get home after this trip, I think. And making sure everything's good to go. Not far now, 132 miles. That one needs to work. Give me the green light. So here's a little bit of an advice taker. I'll leave a bollocks to you if you don't like it. So I'm empty, all empty. The hook is off, the big bad boy hook. That thing that grabs you. Under there, look like Mason's over there. It's hooked off. So obviously I'm empty. Turn your reefer off, turn your fridge off. You are trying to heat Texas sky. Jesus Christ, it's like 35 degrees here. So just turn it off, which I always do. As soon as I'm empty, as soon as they get halfway through and they're taking off pretty quickly or anything like that, turn that reefer off. It'll just start revving like a bitch, it really will. You know, they're pretty good seals are these ones here. They're not too bad around the reefer door, but at the end of the day, you've got all that gap underneath, and if it's hot like it is now, you're just revving that engine for no apparent reason at all and burning fuel for nothing at all. You know what I mean? So I've been here 4.5 hours now. So it's a normal thing well, I haven't. I was here last night. I got here at midnight last night. Didn't take my paperwork in too early because I read the reviews, and I've been here a few years ago, and it doesn't sound as though it's got any better at all. So you knew you were looking at a 4 hour. This guy was in before me. He was in before me. He's still there. They're only just started unloading him. I've been on the blower, and I've been calling round, whinging like a bitch to see what's happening and stuff like that. These guys will be going home probably about 2 o'clock if they started early. So now they're going to start moving. Mark my words, because they want to go home now. Strange how that works, but it works in all produce. So let me tell you, I got here at 12 o'clock. Went to my bed. 8 o'clock booking this morning. There was no point at all in me getting up early and getting in there for 6 o'clock or something like that and getting my paperwork in. It's just a waste of bloody time. Really is, because you know you're not going to get in early or anything like that. Some places are different. You might be worth your while if you know them and stuff like that. This one I knew I wouldn't. So anyway, about just before 8 o'clock, I sauntered up there, put my paperwork in. 2 hours later, they brought me onto a door. No, an hour and a half later, they brought me onto the door. Put me onto the door, which is all good, yeah. Still sat here 2 hours later before they started even unloading me. So I'm on the phone by this time. So bear in mind that's 11:30 and they hadn't even started or anything like that. Got through an 8 o'clock booking. So I'm getting pretty pissy. My next pickup is 160 miles from here, which is a 4 o'clock book. So I've got until about 1:30. I need to be out here by 1:30. If I don't get out here by 1:30, I don't know, I'm off the hook, aren't I? The hook's undone. I could just pull straight out, but obviously you are. You know, you can rush some of them on different places. So, but you ring the broker. I haven't worked with this broker before, so I don't really know. I know if I'm working for Capital Logistics, they'll understand. They'll get on the phone and they'll ring people. A lot of the other brokers, they're just college kids. You'll call them up, I'll ring them up, and they'll say, yeah, I'll do something. Boom, that's the last that's going to happen. They're not going to do jack shit. You're on your own. You're going to have to work it out, I'm afraid, for yourself. So you need to get in there. Don't be abrupt. Remember, they've got you by the testicles in there. You start going in there and shouting your mouth off, you're going to get fucked. They're going to pull them all straight off. You know what I mean? It's not going to work for you. It's not going to work in your favour. Just explain the situation. You need to be where you need to be, and any chance of stepping it up a little bit or actually doing something. So yeah, like I say, here's another bit of Vernon advice. Take it or leave it, or bollocks to you if you don't want to. Get everything ready. You know you're going to be moving soon. Don't leave it till last minute and think, fuck, I've got a green light, I can go now. Have something to eat, have your coffee, have everything ready. Your water jug's full up, everything like that. So as soon as you get that green light, as soon as you get your paperwork, your bills in your hand, boom, you're out of there. You're gone. You're sailing on. Because you know, you've been here. I've been here 12 and a half hours. It's not exactly the best place I want to hang out. It's not as though it's Palm Springs or something like that, is it? And that's where I'm heading. Check this out, hundreds of thousands of them, little black butterflies. Look at them, lots of them. I thought it was ash at first, I thought it was raining. It's been, there's a fire or something, it's ash everywhere, but no, there are little black butterflies. Huh. Cool. Oh, maybe not, I bet they're all stuck to the front of my truck. Oh. Black butterfly spec everywhere. I see people are making their own junctions here. There you go. Texas way. The cop back there as well, and everybody was just shooting off to the side. This is entertaining Friday afternoon. Traffic and heading to San Antonio. Austin was a nightmare, but you go right through the town. It looks quite a nice town actually, city, whatever. It's going to be quite fun. So San Antonio is going to be a really good place to go out and that. Lots of fun places, river rides and all that malarkey where I'm going. But we'll be in and out, which I'll get loaded. It's I'm 30 minutes late for my delivery. Pick up now. I'm going to be an hour and a half late, but apparently they should load me, so all good. And then it's only like 1150 miles to my delivery, so even if I don't go anywhere tonight, that's easy done in 2 days, so not a problem. Absolutely brilliant. McCain's, they are the kiddies. McLean rather, McLean of San Antonio. San Antonio, is that where I'm at? Yeah. So 5:30 was my deadline to get here. I was 6.5 hours getting unloaded. Everything would have stopped. Put a pie in the microwave. I would have been all right, but the traffic was horrendous. It could stop all the time. My broker's sending me text messages. When are you going to be there? My boss is calling me up. When are you going to be there? I'm like, I'm trying to get there. So I sent a snotty message to the broker. What do you want me to do? Fly over them? I was like, I've got to get this on. Anyway, I rang the broker up in the end. A really nice guy, on my side and everything. It's not very often you get that. A lot of the brokers, apart from Capital Logistics, our buddies, worked with me and everything. He's begged them to stay. They waited till 5:45. I managed to fly in here. He said, get it straight on the bay. Give me the paperwork and everything straight away. He said, as soon as you're done, there's your seal, get the hell out of here. You're good. So I've been in there 20 minutes from me getting in to getting my paper, to getting in the office, to getting onto the bay, to loading, full load and out. That's pretty good going, is that, isn't it? Funny how they can do that sometimes, isn't it? Ding. Makes you think, doesn't it? But yes, well chuffed that they hung on, because obviously these guys probably aren't going to get paid for the overtime at McLean or something like that. Go up your ramp. Up we go. So here we are coming out of well chuffed. Oh God, I was having temper tantrums coming down the road to get here. I was like, no, that's it. I ain't going away anymore. I ain't doing long distance over the road. That's twice now. I was expecting to be sat here till Monday morning. 2 days and making it a 3-week trip for a 2-week trip, you know what I mean? But no, it's come off. Thank God. So now I'm gonna have a cup of tea, have me pie, and then gonna weigh it off at the scales. But Orlando, 1,156 miles to go. That's all right then, isn't it? So I've got all weekend to do that now. So I didn't start my clock until late, so I've still got loads of time if I want to do it, but I aren't too particularly bothered about doing it, you know what I mean? There's no point really. I'll do maybe 200 or something like that and see where we... What? Hey, that's hot. See where we get to, and we can go from there. Catch you all later. Now I'm going to weigh this one scale just now. Not that we can take any off because everybody's clothes where I've loaded. But I can. It's just over £40,000, but that's not with the pallets or anything like that. So I'm allowed 44,500. I just want to make sure my axles are right. So now we'll talk to this lady here. I won't understand a word I say, but they're getting better. I think I must be losing my accent. Maybe I need to visit back to the homeland. See what she says. All you got to do is press these here wee buttons. I can't reach because I'm too little. The fridge is rattling like mad because it's minus.
First way we went.
First way.
Truck number?
39.
Yeah, 39.
Yeah, 39.
Okay, I got it. Come on in.
Thanks. We got it that time. Wow. I must be losing the accent. No. Now you're going to pull off here. Here. Well, I'm putting it on now. Go find somewhere to park so we don't block that up. Stop doing that beat. These dudes won't be going anywhere, so well, they're not now anyway. It's not very nice. Remember, I've got my fridge rattling. They're all asleep in there. Are you staying? Are you staying there, bud? Hey. Are you staying there? Are you staying there for 5 minutes? Alright, no worries. I'm just going to block him in. I didn't want to... I'm here all the time, bro. There you go. That is basically why you should really always weigh them. The bills, the ticket said £40,000, just over 40,000. 40,000, and there's no 40,000. There's 44,000. You know, extra 2 ton, which all matters. So I'm at 79,200. I'm allowed 8,000. So 79,200. So my front's running 12,720, which is normal. It runs. You can run up to 13 there. I've got 3,300 exact on my drives, and I've got 33,480. 33,500 basically on my rear on the trailer. So all good, not moving axles, everything's sorted, right on the weight with that, which is okay because it's all flat going across here. So happy days, on we go. Here I am in Louisiana, just as you come over the state line. Texas that way, Louisiana here. Look at this for a beautiful little rest area. And it's got free coffee and stuff. There's the truck parking over there. Got all this. They tell me there is an alligator lurking about, has been seen this morning in here. One of them big bloody lizards. So let's go have a look, see if we can find it. Here's a bridge I struggle with why it's so high. This is in Louisiana. It goes straight up and straight down. It is proper high up here. I just don't understand why the need for so abruptness. Never mind, maybe it's just pretty. It is pretty. Looks nice on the beach there as well. Well, I could have stopped there instead of going on the alligator tour. Well, I'll be doing. I bet that water's still nice and warm as well. Those people swimming in it. Oh God, I do love swimming in the sea. You know, have I got time to do a bit of swimming? That's really good. When can I get back? Can I get back then? No, I've messed about with the alligator thing too long. Not this time, maybe on the way back. I remember that. Things are bouncing about all over the place. These roads are terrible. Absolutely. All these bottom part, this is Louisiana, and then when you get a bit further on, what's it called, Alabama, the roads are. I can't see why, because this is interstate, so these are paid for by the whole of the United States, not just by their state, like the US road is, or not, or their side roads rather. They're just idiots. Maybe somebody's pocketing the money. I didn't say that out loud, did I? And not spending it where it should be. Concrete slabs last for a hell of a lot longer than your tarmac, especially with your temperatures out here and stuff like that. But Florida can manage to make them right. Florida is equivalent to riding in France. The motorways in France and stuff, super smooth, super lovely and that. And then you've got here, which is equivalent to going over into the Eastern Bloc when it used to be East and West Germany. And you used to get over at Mulhouse and you'd hit those slabs there. The old guys will know that. Oh my God, that used to be a bloody nightmare. There was gaps like that from each slab. Terrible going on. Yeah, they do last longer, but bloody hell, they just make for an uncomfy ride, that is for sure. Keeps you awake and on your toes. Look at that, here's the swamp, 18 miles at this bridge, across the 18 miles plus of swamp area. It's really
You two still yakking away.
Just turn that on, that's the CB. That's the CB app, everybody. Then we've got on. We've got, I've gone off.
No, we've just come back on. How did your horse walk go?
We've got lots of shit going on. We've got the normal CB going up there. Let's turn that down, and we've got the app CB going there. Lots of friends and things to tie the day away. Look there, look at all them lot. Eerie place, really. It's as a rule, I don't come this way. I'll come up through what is it? Go up Mobile and then turn off. Oops, no, we can't. My trusty assistant didn't put the in the app properly. There we go. In the stand. There you go. You sit there now. Yeah, 18 mile across. No overtaking the truck's meant to be. It does happen. They do it. But wow, look at that from you. Just let me show you that in the mirror. It's cool, yeah. If you come across this way, I usually go up Mobile, a place called Mobile, and branch up right and head up the way there and miss all this out, and then it misses New Orleans out, and I don't get so much of this traffic and stuff. This is all right, but if there's an accident here, as you can see on the map there, there's nowhere to go. There's absolutely no way around. If you an accident on here, you're pretty up shit creek without a paddle, in the swamp without a paddle, basically. You ain't going nowhere. You're just stuck and waiting it out. So it's a gamble, and accidents do happen now and then. It's pretty, it's weird. Yeah, there's like no overtaking for trucks apart from Burgundy or Kenworth and White Freight Lanes. Never mind. Very green, isn't it? I do like it down here a lot. I don't know about the insects and the bugs though. I'm not too sure about them little devils. I have to show you this real quick. The sun's really bright, so you might not get this. But look at this. Look. I should have done it at the other end, and then the sun wasn't there. You can't see very well. Each little parking area. This got to be the best truck parking rest area ever. Definitely. Look. This is your own little private parking area. How cool is that? Just enough for one truck. absolutely brilliant. By the fridge is rattling away because it is toasty out here, I tell you. And I've got a bit of a scare going on. I'm just east of New Orleans at the moment, New Orleans, and the weather forecast is that there's a tornado hurricane heading into Florida, category 3. So that's gonna, I might hold off washing the truck, and I'm a bit pissed, you know. That's probably going to put a downer on my swimming pool or going to the beach or something like this. Here we go. If I'm up sun, down sun, and that, you can see, look what we've got. We've got this little parking area with your own little picnic bench, water, tap and bin. This is just the dog's dangles, isn't it? It really is. This is Missouri. Missouri! Well done, Missouri! Thumbs up! So I'm gonna go, I'm 600 miles from Orlando at the moment. Fucking creepy things. I love these temperatures out here. I love the warmth and the cold, but shit me, I don't like them big old fly creepy things that'll eat you. Oh God. It gets noisy on a night with them things as well. Creepy little things in them wooded areas. Yeah, nice, but all in here, you can't really wear flip-flops. There's all things that are going to grab you and eat you, especially on the night. During the day, I think you're alright, but and it's cool. Yeah, so anyway, so we're heading towards a bit of a hurricane or something. So it's only a bit. They're not always right, are they? Not always right, are they? It'll be what it'll be, won't it?